7 types of fruits elderly people with gout should absolutely avoid. Gout is one of the most common forms of arthritis among the elderly, causing intense pain, swelling, and significantly impairing daily mobility. Effectively managing gout relies not only on medication, but also heavily on a proper diet, where the careful selection of food plays a pivotal role. Notably, fruits, despite their reputation for being rich in vitamins and minerals, can become a double-edged sword, if not chosen carefully. Some fruits, due to their high fructose content or their ability to stimulate uric acid production, can trigger severe gout flare-ups, leading to serious and prolonged joint damage. Therefore, identifying and steering clear of harmful fruits is essential for elderly individuals to manage gout effectively, reduce the frequency of painful attacks, and maintain a better quality of life. Below are 7 types of fruits that seniors with gout should eliminate from their daily diets to protect their joint and musculoskeletal health. Dried fruits and their harmful effects on gout in the elderly. Dried fruits have long been considered a convenient snack, rich in fiber and minerals. However, for elderly individuals with gout, this food group must be strictly limited. Although dried fruits may appear healthy, they actually contain extremely high levels of natural sugars, especially fructose, often far exceeding that found in their fresh counterparts. When elderly individuals consume dried fruits, the fructose is rapidly absorbed into the bloodstream, stimulating the body to produce more purines, a natural compound that, when broken down, forms uric acid. In healthy individuals, the kidneys efficiently excrete excess uric acid. However, in the elderly, kidney function often declines, slowing the elimination process. As a result, uric acid accumulates in the blood, crystallizing into sharp urate crystals that deposit in the joints, causing acute gout attacks characterized by severe pain, swelling, and burning sensations, particularly in the big toe, ankles, or knees. Moreover, dried fruits indirectly contribute to weight gain, a significant risk factor that worsens gout. Excess weight puts additional pressure on already weakened joints and further impairs the kidney's ability to eliminate uric acid, creating a vicious cycle that is difficult to control. It is also noteworthy that many commercially packaged dried fruits are often fortified with refined sugars, sulfite preservatives, and other artificial additives. These substances not only increase the total sugar content, but also place additional stress on the liver and kidneys, 2 organs crucial for uric acid elimination. Given these risks, elderly individuals with gout should absolutely avoid dried fruits such as raisins, prunes, dates, dried figs, dried cranberries, dried pineapples, and dried bananas. If fruit intake is desired, it is better to prioritize fresh, low-sugar fruits like cherries, strawberries, fresh blueberries, or kiwis, which can help control uric acid levels while providing antioxidants that protect the joints. In summary, although dried fruits may seem like a tempting and convenient snack, they pose serious health risks for elderly individuals with gout. Managing diet, including avoiding dried fruits, is a practical step toward preventing acute gout attacks, reducing pain, and enhancing quality of life. Ripe mangoes and their harmful effects on gout in the elderly. Mangoes are a widely beloved tropical fruit, known for their rich sweetness and abundant vitamins. However, for elderly individuals with gout, consuming ripe mangoes poses serious health risks, particularly regarding the control of uric acid levels in the blood. First, ripe mangoes contain very high levels of natural sugars, with fructose making up a large proportion. When seniors consume ripe mangoes, this fructose is rapidly metabolized in the body, stimulating the production of purines, intermediary compounds that eventually lead to the formation of uric acid. As detoxification systems weaken with age, the kidneys in elderly individuals are no longer able to efficiently eliminate excess uric acid, resulting in increased uric acid levels in the blood. This triggers the formation of sharp urate crystals that deposit in the joints, causing acute gout flare-ups characterized by swelling, intense pain, and severe inflammation. In addition to raising uric acid levels, ripe mangoes can also significantly elevate blood sugar levels if consumed in large quantities. This is particularly dangerous for the elderly, as high blood sugar not only exacerbates gout but also weakens immune function and damages vital organs like the liver and kidneys, both crucial for uric acid elimination. The metabolic disturbances caused by elevated blood sugar further promote systemic inflammation, making gout-afflicted joints more swollen, painful, and slower to recover. Another often overlooked issue is that ripe mangoes have a heating nature, meaning they can generate internal heat. For gout patients, this internal heat aggravates joint inflammation, causing flare-ups to occur more quickly, severely, and uncontrollably. Elderly individuals with slower circulation and weakened anti-inflammatory responses suffer greater damage if their diets are not properly adjusted. Many seniors also have the habit of eating mangoes, along with sweet foods such as ice cream, cakes, or sugar-laden smoothies, which significantly increases sugar intake. This rapid influx of sugar accelerates purine metabolism, intensifying gout flare-ups, and heightening the risk of serious complications such as joint destruction and kidney failure. In conclusion, although ripe mangoes are delicious and nutritious for healthy individuals, they are a silent enemy for elderly people with gout. Limiting or eliminating ripe mangoes from the daily diet is a practical solution for controlling uric acid levels, reducing the risk of acute attacks, and protecting long-term joint and musculoskeletal health. Overripe bananas and their harmful effects on gout in the elderly. Bananas have long been considered an easy-to-eat fruit, rich in potassium and beneficial for heart health. However, for elderly individuals with gout, consuming bananas, especially overripe ones, poses serious health risks that are often overlooked. When bananas transition from ripe to overripe, characterized by black spots or a brownish peel, their natural sugar content rises sharply. Most of this sugar is fructose, a simple sugar that, once metabolized in the body, stimulates purine production. This process, particularly in seniors with weakened kidney function, leads to a rapid increase in blood uric acid levels. Excess uric acid crystallizes into sharp urate crystals that deposit in the joints, causing acute gout attacks characterized by swelling, redness, and intense pain, especially in small joints like the toes, ankles, and fingers. Moreover, overripe bananas have a very high glycemic index, GI, meaning they cause a sudden spike in blood sugar after consumption. For elderly individuals with gout, this situation is especially dangerous because high blood sugar not only promotes systemic inflammation, but also worsens inflammatory responses in already damaged joints, making gout more difficult to manage. Another issue is that overripe bananas are very palatable, leading patients to unknowingly consume larger quantities than intended. This excessive sugar intake accelerates weight gain, a major risk factor that exacerbates gout. Obesity not only adds mechanical stress on joints, but also impairs the kidney's ability to filter out uric acid efficiently. For seniors, sudden weight gain further aggravates accompanying conditions such as hypertension, type 2 diabetes, and cardiovascular diseases, complicating gout management even more. Additionally, many elderly individuals often consume overripe bananas alongside other sweet treats, such as banana bread, smoothies made with condensed milk, or syrup-based desserts. These combinations cause a dramatic increase in total sugar intake, rapidly boosting purine metabolism and uric acid production, leading to severe acute gout flare-ups. In conclusion, although bananas offer many overall health benefits, when they become overripe, they pose significant risks for elderly individuals with gout. To protect joint health and manage gout effectively, seniors should avoid consuming overripe bananas, opt for lower sugar fruits, and maintain a balanced, scientifically sound diet. Lychee and its harmful effects on gout in the elderly. Lychee is a delicious, sweet, and juicy fruit beloved by many, especially during hot summer days. However, for elderly individuals with gout, consuming lychee carries significant risks that are often underestimated. The first important point to note is that lychee contains a very high amount of natural sugars, prominently fructose. When seniors eat lychee, this fructose is quickly absorbed into the bloodstream and participates in the body's metabolic processes, stimulating purine production. These purines are then broken down to form uric acid, the primary culprit behind gout. In elderly individuals, kidney function declines with age, slowing the elimination of uric acid. This creates conditions for uric acid to accumulate in the blood, leading to the formation of sharp urate crystals that deposit in the joints, resulting in acute gout attacks with symptoms such as pain, swelling, heat, and redness at the joints. Furthermore, Lychee possesses a heating property, meaning it can raise the body's internal temperature. For seniors with gout, this internal heat exacerbates inflammatory responses in already damaged joints. As a result, gout attacks not only occur more rapidly, but also become more prolonged and difficult to control, severely impacting mobility and quality of life. Another dangerous factor is lychee's naturally sweet taste, which tempts seniors to consume it excessively without realizing the amount of sugar they are ingesting. Even a small quantity of lychee can easily exceed the safe fructose threshold for individuals with gout. The resulting increase in blood sugar not only worsens gout, but also raises the risk of developing type 2 diabetes, obesity, and metabolic disorders, factors that complicate and worsen the progression of gout. Additionally, excessive consumption of lychee can lead to water retention, causing edema, a common symptom during severe gout flare-ups. Fluid accumulation in tissues around the joints increases pressure, intensifying pain and inflammation. In conclusion, although lychee is rich in vitamin C and minerals, it poses too many risks for elderly individuals with gout. Consuming lychee, especially in large quantities, can trigger or worsen acute gout attacks, leading to prolonged pain and long-term joint damage. Therefore, seniors should exercise extreme caution and are best advised to avoid this fruit altogether to protect joint health and maintain a healthy, active lifestyle. Overripe pineapples and their harmful effects on gout in the elderly. Pineapple, also known as ananas, has long been recognized as a fruit rich in vitamin C, bromelain enzyme, and antioxidants, offering numerous health benefits. However, for elderly individuals with gout, consuming pineapples, especially overripe ones, carries serious risks that are often not fully appreciated. When pineapples become overly ripe, their natural sugar content, particularly fructose, increases significantly compared to just ripe pineapples. Fructose is one of the leading agents that stimulate purine production in the body. Once broken down, purines form uric acid, the primary compound responsible for gout. In elderly individuals, whose kidney function often declines with age, the ability to excrete uric acid diminishes, making it easier for uric acid to accumulate in the blood. When uric acid levels become too high, sharp urate crystals form and deposit in the joints, triggering acute gout attacks with symptoms such as intense pain, swelling, and redness at the joints. Moreover, overripe pineapples have a high glycemic index, meaning they cause a rapid spike in blood sugar levels after consumption. This spike is particularly detrimental for seniors with diabetes and exacerbates gout, as elevated blood sugar promotes systemic inflammation. Joints already affected by gout become even more swollen and painful, increasing the risk of kidney damage and other cardiovascular complications. Overripe pineapples also have higher acidity levels, which can irritate the stomach lining and digestive tract. For elderly individuals with already sensitive digestive systems, consuming too much overripe pineapple may lead to bloating, indigestion, or mild diarrhea. Alarmingly, this discomfort often leads to a reduced intake of water. Yet staying well hydrated is crucial for individuals with gout to help eliminate uric acid efficiently through the urinary system. Furthermore, some elderly individuals have the habit of incorporating overripe pineapple into sweet desserts such as baked goods, fruit cocktails, or smoothies with added sugar. This practice further increases fructose intake, accelerating the rise in uric acid levels and triggering more severe gout flare-ups. In conclusion, although pineapples offer many nutritional benefits for healthy individuals, for elderly people with gout, especially when the fruit is overripe, they present significant risks. To protect joint health, effectively control uric acid levels, and minimize acute gout attacks, seniors should greatly limit the consumption of overripe pineapples and instead prioritize fruits that are low in sugar and rich in natural anti-inflammatory compounds. Bottled orange juice and its harmful effects on gout in the elderly. Orange juice has long been praised as an excellent source of vitamin C, known for boosting the immune system and supporting heart health. However, when it comes to bottled orange juice, the kind commonly found in supermarkets, the story is entirely different, especially for elderly individuals with gout. Bottled orange juice not only loses the natural benefits of fresh oranges, but also harbors many risks that can worsen gout. First and foremost, It is important to highlight that bottled orange juice typically contains very high amounts of sugar. During production, to enhance sweetness and extend shelf life, many industrial orange juice products are supplemented with refined sugar or high fructose corn syrup. This poses a serious problem for elderly individuals with gout. When a large amount of fructose is absorbed, the body stimulates purine production, which in turn increases uric acid levels in the blood. With kidney function already weakened by age, seniors are less capable of eliminating uric acid efficiently, making them highly susceptible to uric acid buildup and subsequent acute gout attacks, characterized by intense joint pain and severe inflammation. Moreover, bottled orange juice has a very high glycemic index, GI. This means that after drinking, blood sugar levels spike rapidly. For elderly individuals, sudden increases in blood sugar can disrupt metabolic balance, exacerbating systemic inflammation, particularly in joints already damaged by gout. This heightened inflammatory response causes gout attacks to become more severe, longer lasting, and harder to recover from, severely impacting daily life. Additionally, bottled orange juice often contains preservatives, artificial flavorings, and additives to enhance color and taste. These chemicals increase the burden on the liver and kidneys, two vital organs responsible for filtering and eliminating uric acid. When the liver and kidneys are damaged or overloaded, the ability to excrete uric acid declines, causing gout to progress faster and become more difficult to manage. Another important point is that bottled orange juice is often refreshing and easy to drink, leading seniors to consume large quantities in a short period without realizing the amount of sugar they are ingesting. Absorbing a large amount of sugar so quickly further aggravates metabolic disorders and accelerates the formation of urate crystals in the joints. In conclusion, while fresh orange juice may offer many health benefits, commercially bottled orange juice carries significant risks for elderly individuals with gout. To effectively manage this condition, reduce the risk of acute gout attacks, and protect long-term health, seniors should avoid consuming bottled orange juice and instead opt for natural, unsweetened juices or pure filtered water. Sweet apples and their harmful effects on gout in the elderly. Apples have long been seen as a symbol of health, closely associated with the well-known saying, "An apple a day keeps the doctor away." However, not all types of apples are suitable for everyone, especially elderly individuals living with gout. Popular sweet apple varieties such as Red Delicious, Fuji, and Gala carry significant risks for gout management if not consumed properly. The first important point to note is that sweet apples contain high levels of fructose. When elderly individuals consume sweet apples, the fructose is rapidly absorbed into the bloodstream and participates in the purine metabolism process, which ultimately leads to the production of uric acid. In seniors, excretory functions, particularly kidney function, often decline with age, making the elimination of excess uric acid less efficient. Over time, accumulated uric acid crystallizes in the joints, triggering acute gout attacks characterized by swelling, redness, burning sensations, and intense pain, particularly in smaller joints such as the toes, ankles, or wrists. In addition to raising uric acid levels, sweet apples have a higher average glycemic index compared to sour or green apple varieties. Consuming large amounts of sweet apples can cause blood sugar levels to rise rapidly. Elevated blood sugar promotes systemic inflammation, worsening inflammation in joints already damaged by gout, leading to prolonged pain and slower recovery. High blood sugar levels also increase the risk of developing comorbidities such as type 2 diabetes, obesity, and cardiovascular diseases, all factors that complicate and exacerbate gout. Another hidden risk of sweet apples is the easy-to-eat sensation they provide. With their pleasant, soft sweetness, many elderly individuals may consume large quantities at once without realizing it. Ingesting excessive amounts of fructose in a short period places a heavy burden on the liver and kidneys, sharply increasing uric acid production and triggering severe gout flare-ups. Moreover, eating sweet apples alongside desserts such as apple pies, caramel apples, or bottled apple juice further increases daily sugar intake, overwhelming the body and intensifying systemic inflammation. In conclusion, although apples offer numerous nutritional benefits, For elderly individuals with gout, especially when it comes to sweet apple varieties, they can become a silent enemy to joint health. Consuming too many sweet apples raises the risk of acute gout attacks, causing severe joint damage and significantly impairing mobility and quality of life. Therefore, seniors with gout should opt for mildly sour or green apples in moderate amounts while maintaining a balanced diet and adequate hydration to better manage the disease. Conclusion: gout in the elderly is not merely about occasional joint pain. It represents a long-term accumulation of damage that deeply impacts mobility, mental health, and overall quality of life. In the journey of managing and living with gout, diet plays a pivotal role, especially in the careful selection of foods, including fruits, which may seem entirely harmless but in reality harbor significant risks if not consumed properly. As analyzed, 7 familiar types of fruits: dried fruits, ripe mangoes, overripe bananas, lychees, overripe pineapples, bottled orange juice, and sweet apples, all share a common trait: high fructose content, the ability to stimulate uric acid production in the body, and a tendency to trigger acute gout flare-ups. Particularly in the elderly, where kidney function and natural anti-inflammatory defenses have declined with age, these negative effects occur more rapidly and severely compared to younger individuals. Therefore, clearly identifying and proactively avoiding these unsuitable fruits is a practical step toward better controlling blood uric acid levels, reducing the risk of acute gout attacks, and protecting valuable joints from irreversible damage. In addition, seniors should prioritize fruits with a low glycemic index, rich in antioxidants, and lower in fructose, such as tart cherries, blueberries, strawberries, kiwis, or avocados, options that are both safe and supportive of anti-inflammatory processes. Finally, maintaining a scientific balanced diet combined with a healthy lifestyle, such as drinking adequate water, keeping a healthy weight, and engaging in gentle daily exercise, will help elderly individuals with gout not only manage the disease effectively, but also preserve joint health, maintain flexibility, and sustain a joyful life. Although gout is a complex condition, it can be effectively managed if we understand our bodies and make the right choices, even in the smallest aspects of daily living.